Good morning, everyone, and welcome to GuesstiMania. So we should have the results at 6:55 a.m. for GuesstiMania. Obviously, being YieldMax Group Group two, we calling it. 6:55. We'll be live. We'll stay live for them. But anyway, good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, October 29th. And today we will cover some YieldMax action. And then, like I said, go over the distribution announcement. But first, let's look at some Bitcoin. Let me refresh CoinMarketCap. Let's see what they got going. They got a little red action here. Yesterday, we hit 115. So pretty. Almost 116. But then we went, wee, and then back down to 113. But whatever, man. This is it. This is the roller coaster that we're in. All good. Like I said, today is declaration date. Today's October 29th. So if you look at the website, you go under Group 2, ETFs, weekly payers. Again, almost all their funds pay weekly now. They'll declare today. And then ex-dividend date will be tomorrow, October 30th. What that means is the fund will drop by the amount of the distribution, plus or minus movement in the underlying stocks. And then, of course, the following day will be the Friday, and that's when you'll get paid. And that will be depending on your brokerage. I know there is some issues as of late with ULTY and Robinhood. Not sure if that's, a one-time thing, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, if you wanted to buy in to qualify for any of Group 2 distributions, you would have to buy today and hold until at least tomorrow. And yeah, if I would, to be safe, buy it today, but before the market closes. Group 1, they already announced yesterday, right? So obviously, today being 10/29, today's their ex-dividend date. So for the YMAXs and the ULTYs and all them, you'll see the drop in the distribution, by the distribution today. Again, plus or minus the movement, whatever the heck they hold. All right. So that's the update on the distribution schedule. And now we'll get to some trade action. Good morning, everyone. I saw the sound is loud and clear. Sunita's awake. Oh my goodness. That's it's going to be a good morning. Looks like we have a lot of people here so far, 120 between YouTube and X. If you want to help out the channel, help out this live stream. If you're on X, you can repost it. It'll retweet it, whatever they call it, restream it. If you're on YouTube, you can, of course, share it with you within your YouTube, YouTube family. All right. So let's zoom in so people can see here. Should we do 200? 200 to 150. 200 to 150. What do we got? Pay the piper already, tempting me to do wrestling impersonations. You're gonna make everyone run away from me, Piper. Woo. Anyway, let's see. What do we got here? Assets under management. I'm gonna go through tab by tab because, again, we got till 6:55 today. Largest funds, MSTY still number 1, ULTY still number 2, NVIDIA number 3, TSLY number 4, Coney number 5, YMAX really getting close there, approaching that $1 billion partay, and then Platy really getting there too, 663 mil. The amount of money into YieldMax is insanity. And then we got YMAG, 482, SimC, Suckers, AMZ, Hui. Hui is a surprise. I would have expected them to be a little larger. Same thing with LFGY, honestly, because that's a really good fund. But where the hell is Chippy? I mean, Chippy's a great fund, and it's down here. What in Nation? But yeah, man, it's just maybe because it's new. But yeah, it's performing really good. Moving along. It's way too close to Murray, to be honest. All right, let's keep going. Who else we got here? Anyone good? No. Anyway, but these are just I don't know if these are all the funds, but it comes to about what, 16.5 bill. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Man. IV, I've been fighting with all morning. I don't even know if I trust this, but I'm showing the highest IV is under circle. I'm gonna get the ETF name here and then the underlying. Again, I don't know. I just added this. I gotta fix it. But Mara, what the hell is Mara have earnings? That's a 96% IV. Again, they have a lot of even Robin at 71%. Coin is twice, but I think it's because of the stupid inverse. So again, work in progress. You know, we'll get there. We shall get there. So. All right. So yeah, I'm checking some chat too. I'm just chilling today. What do we got here? Yes, bring on Ric Flair. I'm styling and profiling. Woo! All right, now you got me going loony here. So let's see what else we got here. Good morning, Coopers. Again, that song. I forgot it. I forgot the. Oh my God, Cooper Tie Adventure. No, now I'm drawing a blank. Sorry. I'm ready to sing that song too, though. It's in my head. But yeah. Good morning, welcome. You guys are up late too, right? I feel like you just went live not that long ago, right? You go live at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then you're up in the crack of dawn. I like it. I like it. Anyway, so I'm trying to remember the words. Cause it's Cooper's Tie Adventure. I don't think that's it. I don't know. I gotta watch the intro again. I love it though. I love the freaking song. Just I don't know. Just smooth song. It's addicting, but it's good. Smart, right? Smart marketing right there. Anyway, let's look at the ETF info again. This just kind of covers the details that we pull on the other tabs, so no need to look at that. And then we'll get to the fund. All right. Now we're going to compare all the funds to the underlying. All right. So we'll start with MSTR. MSTR was ready to do that. It went down yesterday. It went down 3.72%. MSTY went down 3.16%, so a little less. I did pull up my watch list of. Oh wait, you can't see that, can you? That's probably a little better. These are the MSTR competitor ETF funds, right? Some of them are leveraged, some of them are not. Some of them are covered call ETFs, some of them are not. They all do different things. I'm not saying they're comparable. I'm just saying here they are. Winter, if you look, Winter won the day. They went up. You know, again, I used to do this on the spreadsheet. Now I'm doing it on here. All right, it's easier. And I could do it with the other funds if you want me to. Winter, they won, obviously, because MSTR went down. They're an inverse fund. They went up 3.33%. MSTR was number 2. MS2 number 3, MSTY number 3, blah, 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 blah. Again, this does not include any drops in ex-dividend dates, whenever they are. So I'm not doing all that, or they're not doing all that, I should say. But in last place, MST, obviously they have the most leverage, but this fund has been just taking a massive beating. But to be fair, MSTR has been shit lately. So, you know, with shit comes shit, if that makes sense. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to the other suckers. NVIDIA went up 4. Damn. I mean, dang it. God damn. I say God damn. Went up 4.98%. Wow. And they're up in the pre-market. So this thing is nuts. NVIDIA captured 3.64%. Not bad. Not bad. Let's look at coin. Coin went up. I'm sorry. Coin went down 1.72%. Coney went down 1.35%. TSLA, otherwise known as TSLY. MSTY, give me $1. Yeah, MSTY is definitely not giving $1 today. But I don't even remember what my guesstimate was. The dollar days are over. There's some of them are giving $1. I'll have to look when we get to it. Tesla went up 1.8%. TSLY captured 1.17%. I feel like I need a capture percentage. How much, what percent did it capture? But then again, that'll create a hell of a lot of work. So what am I doing to myself here? Palantir went up 0.22%. Platey beat it. Platey whooped that ass. No, it didn't whoop its ass, but it did beat it by 0.24%. SMCI, how you doing? They went up 1.53%. SMCY, you could do better than that. They went up 0.8%. Amazon they went up exactly 1%. AMZ captured 0.77. Robinhood, they went up 0.27%. Hui went up 0.03. AMD went down 0.64%. AMDY went down 0.59%. GDX, Gold Fund, they went up 1.59. GDXY, YieldMax Fund, went up 1.39%. Meta, they went up 0.08%, and Phoebe captured 0.06. Google it, just Google it. They went down 0.56%, and GUI went down 0.49. Moving on to Netflix, baby. They went up 0.73%. Netflix whooped some ass. They went up 1.37%. So isn't that pretty? So pretty. You're so pretty. Apple went up a whole 0.07%. Apple said, you know what? I'm going to go up 3 times that. Apple went up about 0.22%. Yeah. Microsoft went up 1.98%. MSFO, they went up 1.53. iBitty, of course, they went down because Bitcoin went down. They went down 1.21%. Ybit only went down 0.65. So very, very good day. Mara went down 3.48%. Ouchie. Maro went down 2.46. And then last but not least, we compare the Qs to ULTY, right? Because that's really the closest comparison we have. But the Qs went up 0.77% and ULTY went down 0.39%. Wait, today is the 20. Yes, today's the okay. So the 8 cents you'll see here, this is getting picked up because today is ex-dividend date. So obviously the 8 cents will be. And by the way, yeah, they ULTY paid freaking 8 cents. We'll get into Group 1 in a sec on their distributions, but ULTY did not pay 9 cents. Do you believe that? Do you believe it? Do you believe it? But they did it. They did it. You know, I guessed 8 last week and they screwed me. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's move on. So who had trades yesterday? Did we go to the top? Do we really care about every single stinking fund? Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to go through some eye openers again. Biggie, what the hell? Again, you can't, these fund of funds are really hard to track because it's a little different since when they trade the underlyings, you know, the formulas are not going to work because all of my is formula based on options contracts. God forbid these covered call ETFs ever change the prospectus to allow to buy and sell the actual underlying. This entire download will then be useless. Well, let's hope they don't do that. I know people want it, but maybe if they get to you know, low interest rates, then holding treasuries won't be as, you know, great of a thing. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's look at Coney. All right, about to close put. Closing puts. What the heck? All right, and they're selling calls. So they closed part of the synthetic position. The synthetic was at 300, and the stock price is at 355. So obviously the synthetic is really, it's worth a lot of money. So when they just closed 250 contracts of that, you could see how much they made, $1.4 million. But it looks like, again, when they do that, typically people are moving, you know, selling out of the fund. So maybe some people sold out of the fund, which means also they closed some covered calls. About to close here, call, got it really butt kicked here. They paid $19.40, so you could see the 350 got cappity doodah. But they did have the credit call spread. So look how much they made there. They sold this sucker. Fill the gap, baby. Fill this gap. 12.30. So they only really lost $7 per share on that trade. So not bad. They made 307,000 on that. So if you net everything together, it was a good day. Just a cold mill, you know, just hanging out in the office making a cold mill, 1.2 mil. So that's pretty damn sweet. All right, I'm gonna keep scrolling along here. Shibbity hit HIY. Nah, we're not covering that. All right, we'll cover. All right, about to close. Ooh, yuckity do. All right, this covered call got blown through 136. Obviously, stock price at 146. Does Robinhood ever stop? Does this market ever stop? But yeah, they had a credit call spread, so that offsets some of the damage. And it looks like they rolled the strike price up to 146. It's already in the money. But they probably rolled it earlier on in the day. Then Robinhood probably went green after that. And then here by the close, again, they closed at 139, a little higher strike, so not as bad on the damage. And they rolled that sucker up to 147. This one is out of the money, so it took a hit of about 2.4 mil in the realized loss bucket. And then we'll take a look at Misty. What's up, Misty? Yo, yo, yo. Misty gets a lot of love and hate lately. More hate. People blame Misty for MSTR going down. But again, if you hate these funds, again, you don't hate the fund. It's either you hate the underlying or you hate the strategy or you hate both, right? The fund is doing the work as it's intended. Every single ETF, high yield ETF, whatever we're calling them, they have a job. They have a prospectus. They have, a process that they do. And if you don't like that process, then you go to another fund. So again, Misty, we know what they do. We know what Misty does, right? We know the process. So if you hate MSTR and you think it's crap, then you're going to think Misty's crap. Obviously, if you hate Bitcoin, then obviously you're going to think MSTR is crap and Misty's crap. But if you hate the prospectus on how they're doing the trades, then obviously, yeah, you're going to hate. So again, the point is, you can't. It's just when people just say that, this fund sucks or that fund sucks. Maybe you think the strategy sucks, right? So try to rephrase how you're saying it. But anyway, let's look at this. Let's see what they did yesterday. About to close, put. Oh boy. All right. So it looks like they had to get 1,000 contracts out of the fund and pay a little bit to the gold digger. So she took my money. She took about 4.4 mil. Damn. You have 4.4 mil to pay your gold digger? Not me. All right, about to close. What do we got here? 315. Yo, what the heck? Capity Duda? No Capity Duda. Stock's at 284. Only cost 105. What the heck am I looking at? All right, here we go here. 310. All good. Closing calls. Chicky bang bang. Chicky bang bang. Chicky bang bang. About to close. 404. Okay. And then there's. So again, a lot of it is wishy-washy, but the big hit is the gold digger, 4.4 mil. We're paying the gold digger. We had a realized loss of 5 mil. So again, we could blame that on the gold digger because she take our money. All right, how you doing? All right, Nvidia's up. The kids are up. So get ready for background noises. Anyway, let's see. Sell call. What are we doing here? 200 strike. Friday expiration. Oh boy, this thing is a goner. Well, again, it's up like 3%, I believe, in the pre-market. In fact, you know what? I have this handy dandy thing, right? You go like this. There's Nvidia. You can see, yeah, it's up in the pre-market. Damn, brah. This is pre-market, by the way. I think that was yesterday. Yesterday went up big. But yeah, I think didn't they have earnings yesterday? Probably should know that, but who the hell has time to keep track? There's way too much going on. This, that, the other thing. All right, but let's keep going here. About to close. Oh boy. All right, 11:08 for that. About to close 9:48. So closing covered calls. Let's see. They open a new one. Here's a short sell. Selling covered calls. Same week, 192.50. In the money. It looks like maybe they opened that early in the day. 200. Short sell. 200. I mean, oh my goodness, look at all these damn trades. I can't even go through these. So in the end, it was a realized loss of about 20.2 mil. But obviously, they're synthetic, which I haven't even looked at, to be honest. If you guys remind me, maybe we can look at when we get to the holdings. Their synthetic is probably looking pretty good. But let's keep going, brah. All right, there's Salty. No time for you. All right, the SimC suckers. Again, I'm trying to do at least the trades on the funds that I always covered because that's what you guys always wanted to see, guys and gals, right? If not, let me know. Feedback is appreciated. All right, about to close call, about to close put. All right, closing synthetic, closing covered calls. It looks like maybe people sold out of the fund, so they closed out 500 contracts. And on the way out, it was a realized net income of 580,000 up in her. Tesla, how you doing? By the close. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. 440 strike got blown through, but Tesla's just nuts lately. How do you stop Tesla? Tesla's a beast of a beast. But yeah, what do we got here? About to close. All right, so they got blown through their calls. They're rolling them, obviously. It looks like they're rolling them into the same week, so they're trying to capitalize on any premium value that's left over. But again, yesterday, and then you had 3 days, so about 3.5 days or so. So why the hell not, right? But they took a realized loss of about 12.5 mil. But again, when we get to their synthetic, you're gonna be like, yeah, buddy. All right, so that's all the trades. Only goes up to row 395. Did I add them to all trades? Again, so what I do now to give you guys, an idea of what the heck you're looking at lately. I have the trades tab, which I don't know if you can even see those words. And then I have the all trades, right? The all trades is the combination of everything. And then we could filter that out and essentially look at the details, which I really haven't used this tab, but it's there if we need it. But more importantly, it pulls on the Realized 3 tab. And now what this is going to do, it's going to have Monday and now Tuesday, realized income buckets, income or net loss, right? And then it'll add them, right? And then what we'll do is we'll calculate, did they, with that, did they make an income per share or not? And you could see if it's green, they do. And I know, yeah, the sign just sucks. We'll fix it at some point in my lifetime. But you could see like AMDY, yeah, they made about 19 cents per share already. Pretty damn good. Babos, that's sitting at 6 cents. HIYY, 13 cents. Plady, about 24 cents per share. Again, all these pay weekly now. So this is a little less important versus when we used to track this on the 4-week cycle. But it's still good to see. Again, it's just the realized. It does not include any of the unrealized gains, because again, even though you may be losing money as far as the realized losses, right, on the covered calls, you could be gaining even more money on the synthetic, which would be on the unrealized side. So again, that's not something we can necessarily see on this tab, but we can see on the holdings what the synthetic is worth per share, if that is something of interest. And then we have the distributions. Again, I'm not going to go through this tab. This is just used to really pull from on my daily compare spreadsheet, which is, again, it's another work in progress. All right, now we're on the holdings tab. So let's take a look at, again, I hate to say another work in progress. Shut up already, right? But here's TSLY. We're going to have to zoom out. This is way too big. That's what she said. All right, so what do we got? So Tesla, again, I did not add the synthetic. Maybe I'll add it here. I know that's what you guys want to see real quick, right? How much is the synthetic worth? So green is the dude, right? And then pink is the lady. So we take that and you divide by the outstanding shares. Yeah, we got about 83 cents per share up in her. So again, that is the the unrealized synthetic, right? Unrealized. I don't know. Again, I haven't added this to the others, but so that is, there you go. There's the income that, that's just sitting there. That is, they're doing well. You can see what do they have? 415 and 420. Tesla's at 460. So this sucker's killing it, right? But now on the flip side, the covered calls, how we doing there? Again, don't mind the sorting. I don't know what it's doing, but whatever. We're in the money. We're in the money on almost every call here, except 3. It looks like we have the 462.50, 465, and 467.50 out of the money, but barely. And then luckily we do have credit call spreads on, it looks like, the majority, if not all of, actually all of this. I did track it down here, right? 100% of it. And they're also doing calls on 100% of it. So they're using every single share for everything. So they may today, depending on what Tesla does, depending on what the Fed announces. Again, the Fed is announcing at 2 p.m. if they're going to cut interest rates or not. In fact, I did a poll. Let's see what this poll's at here. If I refresh, the polls is at, there's me live. 87% of people think it's going to be a cut. I just posted it this morning, so that's only based on 63 votes. So whatever. All right. So anyway, that's the update on TSLY. Again, NAV is at 862, and on assets under management, yeah, 1.3 bill. All right. Anyway, I see a question in the chat. If you guys have questions, well, I'll try to. If I see them, I'll ask them. If not, usually I wait to the end, but I'll pull it up. I thought YieldMax is not using the synthetic to pay out the dividends, only using covered calls to pay out. Yeah, I mean, I believe someone said that they said that on the spaces, but obviously it's all considered, right? I think they're just trying to say when the synthetic makes like a crap load of money, don't be expecting this massive overpayment. I think that's the point they were getting at. Of course, they're going to pay out, between what they make on the whole fund, right? Synthetic covered call premium, synthetic premium. But when there's like this, again, what's a normal payment for TSLY? I don't even know. Let's check the file. Not the file, the tab. Where's TSLY? Where the hell's TSLY? It's at the top, duh. All right, yeah, like look, for example, their last payment was 16 cents. What did I guess? Oh wow, I guessed 10 cents this time. But the point is, since they have an unrealized of 83, yeah, we're not going to say they're going to pay 83. They're pretty much going to pay what their IV is for the most part. All right. I hope that helps you. Who asked that? Charman. Weekly implied vault. Yeah, I know. I have it. I just don't talk about it. Where is it? It's right here. Should I reference it? I guess I could pull it on the IV tab. But like, see Plady, like, why is it not pulling? I could reference it. I didn't know if you guys care. I don't know what to use, 30 day or so. I like 30 day. I don't know. But yeah, I have it. I still have it. All right, retire abroad, finishing the walk. Someone is ready to go. Enjoy. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Anyway, let's get to this. So that's TSLY. I only prepared a few. I did not prepare NVIDIA or AMZ or Aptly. I don't know what kind of order this is in, really. I'm just going to go across YieldMax. Not talking about that. YBIT. No. ULTY. Yeah, we'll talk about ULTY. All right. So ULTY, again, it's just more so I'm just curious what they're doing lately, right? What do they hold? Number one, like they hold what? Affirm Holdings, Bitminer. These are, look at Bitminer, 105% IV. Cipher Mining, whatever the hell that is, that thing is a nut, 150%. Like, woo wee, ooh, ooh, ooh. So, and then we got Rigetti, 129%. All right, what else? Cipher, yeah, more Cipher. Like, why is Cipher? The sorting is driving me nuts lately. Let's keep going. MSTY. Look at MSTY. Weak sauce, 60%, but better than 50. Again, it's, as we know, it's been at 50 for a while. Rocket Lab, New Scale, Symbiotic, Upstart. Okay, let's keep going over here. And again, you could kind of see what the strategy is. You could obviously up here, when we look at the stock ticker, they own the underlying in almost all the cases, right? And then down here, they're selling calls, buying puts, selling calls, buying puts. So wait, wait, what the heck is this? Let's see. So wow. They're selling calls. on a firm. And now they're selling puts on a firm. And now they're buying puts. Is this they're buying a put at a higher strike here. So interesting. Wow. Is this a debit put spread? Is that what they call it? I haven't seen them sell puts. Again, they were buying protective puts, 70, 71, but now they're selling puts. So they're getting premium from selling puts. We saw this in blocks. Again, I just covered blocks yesterday. And yeah, man, so that's different. All right, let's see what the others are doing. Selling call, selling put. Again, if it's a negative, right? Obviously, when they sell the put, they'll get a credit, but it's going to cost them, an amount to close the position. Hence, a negative reflection in the market value. So this is how much it would cost to close right away. So as soon as you sell this put, if you get 5 cents per share, this is going to go on your market value under the holdings right away. And then it'll go up or down based on the movement there. So that's why, yeah, negatives will be the sell, right? When you see a positive, that's the buy. All right, let's keep going. Did anyone know about this? Let's look at coin. Covered calls. All right, selling calls, selling puts. Selling a put at 280. So they're collecting even more premium. Wow, I like it. I like it. I do. ULTY just got better, even better. Let's keep going. It looks like they're doing it on a lot of it, a lot of the fun. Wow. Cool stuff, man. Awesome. I'm glad I looked at that. I didn't even know. But anyway, the assets under management, they total about 2.6 bill. Crazy, man. Crazy. I did highlight what holdings are greater than 5%. So let's take a look at that. So you could see Coinbase holding, again, this is just the underlying, is 6% of the portfolio. CoreWeave is 5%. First American Government, like the bond, the interest, the safe ass piece, 10%. New Scale 6%, Palantir 7%. What do we got? Rigetti's about 5%. Robinhood 6%. Rocket Co's Inc., whatever the hell that is, 5.3%. Another Rocket. They love freaking rockets in ULTY. Rocket Lab Corp 7.24%. But I think that's pretty much it as far as the above 5% weightings. And as far as the average IV of all these suckers over here, 97%. So, that's pretty damn solid right there. So that's how they're able to generate a lot of premium. And I think the other one, I'm not covering Salty. The other one I did Platy and Misty. Okay, so here's Platy. We'll cover Platy real quick. So they got the synthetic. How's their synthetic doing? They got a 160. Oh my goodness, 189. Holy crap. I'm going to have to add this up too. So we'll take a look at this. We'll do, again, to see what the synthetic's worth, you add the market value under the call that they bought and then the put that they sold. You add those two market values together, and then you get what it's worth, right? The market value of the synthetic combo alone, 104 mil. So if you take that number and then you divide it by the outstanding shares within the fund, which is about, that number there, you get 1009, which is redonkulous. And yeah, obviously they're not paying 1009. All right, we know this. We don't have to talk about it. But it's, this just means they could pay a little more, right? They may pay a little more just simply based on how much bankity doodah they're making in there. So yeah, it's good stuff, man. But I don't know. It's dominate. That's, again, the synthetic position mimics the movement of the underlying, right? 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. So as Palantir goes up, the value of these two option trades are, you know, more a higher positive value. All right. But then in between the lines, we are doing weekly trades. What are we doing? We're selling calls. We're buying calls, credit call spreads, right? That's what they call them, the fancy people. Are they in the money? Well, yeah, of course they are, because Palantir is ripping. Alan, what the heck just happened? Did you see that? I'm not hitting refresh. But yeah, they're in the money. That's what you need to know. Hopefully my other formulas did not get screwed up. Actually, no, I wanted to look at one more thing down here. Total yeah, they're trading on the whole position. They're selling calls on the whole position, buying calls, credit call spreads on the whole position. And the NAV sits at 63. All right, let's go on to MSTY. Let's hope the formula didn't get screwed up. All right, good. All right, so it's just a Palantir funk. All right. Anyway, so let's finish the coverage on MSTY, and then we'll talk about Group 1 guesstimates, and then we'll go from there. All right. So what do we got on MSTY? We got gold diggers. Let's see. MSTR is shitting the bed still, kind of. They're at 284. Yeah, the gold diggers are here. 300, 330, and 350. She take my money when I'm in need. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Look at all the pink here. This is just, oof. Why do we sing Gold Digger? Well, we sing it to annoy people, but no, for real, we sing it because the pink lady, very expensive to close out. So, you know, as good as Palantir was, Platy was, MSTY is the reverse, right? Because the underlying has gone down since they opened their synthetic positions. But it is what it is, right? What do we call it when the synthetic does well? I don't know. We call it the broke girl. We're just with the broke girl, and she's cheap and she doesn't need anything. But in this scenario, the girl, she wants everything. Like, she wants it all. So anyway, what about the covered calls? How you doing? Well, they're out of the money. They are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8% out of the money. So yeah, not bad. Again, are they gonna be profitable? Again, when I say profitable, I say, you know, the net credit, you know, of course, deducting out any expense to close it. Is that a net profit? That's what we're talking about. And so far, it looks like that it will be the case. But it is only Wednesday, so we got 3 days. Now, as far as the assets under management, again, they are the biggest fund, 3.2 billion. The NAV, 1163. Synthetic contracts, total 112,000. They're selling calls on 80% of that, 90,000. And then they're doing credit call spreads on 28% of the 80, if that makes sense. All right, good, great, wonderful. Yippee-ki-yay. All right, now let's talk about Group 1, what they declared yesterday. I don't think we got to do that. But before that, let's go look at the comments. We are live after all. We have 672 people, either from YouTube or X. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me see if there's any questions or comments I need to pull up. Rod was like, yes, I'm staying live until 6:55 at least, and then I'm gonna plug in the distributions really quick once they're announced, right down the line. You know, so yeah, I'll stay live till then. I mean, it's only what, less than 50 minutes at this point. All right, Doc's here, but I think he's leaving already. Bye, Doc. All right. Let's see. Rod, you missed my question. Well, I don't really look at too many questions in the beginning. I look at them at the end. But what was your question? Can you repeat it? Or you're gonna make me scroll? Oh, I know it. 'Cause it's Cooper's Tie Adventure. Something again. I don't even know. But anyway, where's the extra money go that they don't give out in the synthetic? Again, are you netting everything? So you got to think about all of the realized income or realized losses. So there's the covered calls. So if the synthetic's doing well, or did they lose money in the covered calls? We got to net all of it together, right? Net it, baby. All right. Sweet. I had a nightmare last night that YieldMax went out of business overnight unexpectedly, and I lost everything. Oh, geez. Misty, 4 million, gold digger, people selling out, synthetic in the money. Thanks, bro. Is that a question or a comment? Are people selling out? People are always selling out and buying in. It's wishy-washy, right? In and out. All right, here's the question. Does Misty have anything left in the bag for the end of the year profits to pay shareholders for the year? So apparently ETFs, from what I understand, I believe they have an additional six months to pay out for that fiscal year. So if they did have any leftovers, they still have time to pay it out, meaning they don't have to pay it now, right? By 10/31, they actually have time after the fiscal year ends to pay it. So the answer is no. Based on what I saw, they have nothing left in profits, like no carry forward to pay anyway. But even if they did, then it doesn't matter because they'll spread it out amongst, because they have plenty of time to spread it, assuming they do have that extra 6 months. How can YieldMax capture more of the upside? Also, why don't they open new options during the day when they see the stock has moved so much past their strike? Well, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? If they did that and it tanked, we'd be yelling at them, right? So it can go either way. Again, they're not there to really time the market. They're there to collect the juice and the premium. But to your first question, how can they capture more of the upside? They'd have to do less aggressive covered calls. They have to sell calls maybe a little further out of the money. But if they do that, you're going to get a smaller distribution. So when they offer the 25% target funds on, say, Misty, for example, if that is something like if more upside capital appreciation is something that you want, I think funds like that would probably be better. And I don't blame you. I do not blame you for wanting that. Everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants the high yield and everybody wants capital appreciation. You got to find like what is going to work. Like can we get 100% yield and capital appreciation? It depends on the underlying, of course, but more than likely, no, right? More than likely, no. 80%, more than likely, no. But again, depends on the underlying. In a perfect world, the underlying went boom, fly to the moon, sure, right? But in reality, you're looking more like 25%. I would say absolutely. You can get a 25% distribution and capital appreciation. You should be able to, unless it's a shit underlying and shit IV. But anyway, Bitcoin King from X, like the blocks coverage. Looking forward to Yield Boost coverage Friday. Make sure you look at the new prospectus change. Oh no, new prospectus change. Bitcoin King, if you're here tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Friday, please remind me because I'm definitely not going to remember. All right. Yeah, they have. Is it July? I thought it was. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, they have some time. Double D heading to work. I feel like you commute every day. Double D. Do you not work from home at all? Let's see. This is who we have. Anything left in the bag? Again, they have till May, June, July, or something to pay out. So no. Yes, yes, they definitely. There's got to be some carryover there, but they got time to pay it out. Yes, the magic question is what yield will allow each fund to recover the NAV and some of the average price movement? Yeah, again, it depends on the underlying too. If you get like a really good stock that you think is going to go up, like Tesla, for example, they're so volatile. Like that stock is traded like a madman. But if like you're a Tesla bull, then you're like, all right, I believe in Tesla, right? But if they offer a 25% yielder on Tesla, they're going to sell calls a little further out of the money, right, on Tesla, and that may help it, and that may actually work. But again, Tesla is a little crazy lately. But that's just an example of the underlying always pretty much being volatile, and one that most people do believe in the long term. But let's look at the announcement here from yesterday, in case you missed it. So YieldMax with a 19-cent distribution. That's an 80% yield. Damn. Wow. 80% yield. YMAG. Why is their price is not pulling? I don't know why, but whatever. ULTY 87% yield. But again, they're paying 8 cents. So it's a first, right? Maybe not a first, but it's a surprise that they're paying 8 cents. Almost 0.085, which would have rounded up to 9, I think. But anyway, feet. I'm glad I got feet and 5e for the most part close. But feet is paying 34%. I'm sorry, 34 cents, which is a 56% yield. And 5e, again, 5e is the hybrid, which is the one that owns the underlying. They're paying a little less, 24 cents, 33% yield. All right, LFGY, 58 cents, 83% yield. GPTY, 32 cents, 34% yield. SDTY, 22 cents, 24% yield. QDTY, 27 cents, 30% yield. RDTY, 33 cents, 39% yield. Chippity doo that, whooping ass, taking names. Look at the price, $59. They launched at freaking 50. This thing is a beast. But anyway, yeah, 46 cents, 40% yield. Salty. 61 cents, 85% yield. Let me make sure the house money is truly updated. So we look at the total distributions. It's picking up to BC4. So if we scroll over here, it is not picking up to BD. So we got to fix that. So we're going to make that a D. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to do the same thing. I think so. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but when they send the announcement, is in alphabetical order. I may have to sort this by alphabetical order. So house money update, YieldMax is now at 71%, YMAG 66%, and ULTY 73%. Next up after that would be LFGY 39%. Okay. Let me catch up on the comments if there are any. Blocks. You want blocks. Love Chippy. Yeah, you should, man. You should. Coasty dividends. Coasty. You on the coast? May or June, I thought Hui fiscal year ends. Yes, fiscal year ends 10/31, but they have until a certain date to pay out that 90% rule. They call it the Rick rule, right? I call it the Rick Rude, but they call it the Rick rule. Even LA loves him some Chippy. He's playing with chips in his washing machines too. He knows about the chippity doodas. I've seen him messing with those circuit boards, and I don't even know what he's doing over there, but he's fixing stuff. All right, so what else? Did anyone check if it's alphabetical order? We have the announcement coming in 4 minutes. No one's answering, so I'll check myself. Let's see. Let's search. Let's change the freaking phone update again. Oh, I should have put the music on, right? Give me a second, sorry. It looks like they do alphabetical order. All right, so that's easy. All right, so let me try to sort this while I can. Let me put some music, some beats on for you guys so you can start dancing. Let's see. Same old freaking options. Okay, give you some dance pop. case any of these announcements make you want to dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. All right, so I'm going to do this. Hopefully it works. Doesn't screw up the spreadsheet. I'm going to sort it by A to Z. So now it's in alphabetical order, which, okay, looks good. All right, still looks good. All right, doesn't look like I screwed anything up. So again, when they put the announcement in, I'm just going to run down the line, baby, and then we'll see what each one paid. Again, some of the formulas are looking a little funky, but it's been much better than what it was, at least. So, all right, so let's see. Let's check the comments. Again, we got, what, 2 minutes till they announce. Isn't Blocked owned by YieldMax? Blocks is, it's through Nicholas Wealth, or yeah, I think that's what it's called, Nicholas Wealth. The sub-advisor is YieldMax, but not YieldMax. It's Title, which is Jay and Scott, you know, and the Title people, obviously. But they're the ones, the ones, you'll see their pictures on the website. Many people seem to sell out for house money. So I have an opinion on that. I got to get into that on another video, because I just think it's just people are, I don't talk enough about my opinions on things. I need to make more videos on that, because apparently they actually do better, you know. So I'm going to give my opinion on house money on a separate video when I have time, because people are just, I don't think people are going about it the right way. Charman knows. I'm new to high yield ETF, just got into ULTY a few weeks ago. I feel as though this is not as good of a deal as just buying and swinging stocks. Well, if it's not, if you're actually good at being a swing trader, right? If you're really good at time in the market, time in stocks, you know what stocks to make, then I would 100% agree, right? It also depends which fund you buy into, right? ULTY pays a high yield, but again, we all care about total return anyway, so that's what matters. So if you can do better than what these funds can do and you have the time to do it, then why the hell not? Welcome, ETF Inspector. Good morning. Man, you've been hustling, man. You're pumping videos left and right. Good for you. Good for you. Whooping ass. How is the $1 billion club? Are you ready to add YieldMax to that? All right, so I'm assuming they probably announced. So let me pull up my Google. How do you like my thumbnail, guys? I paid for Canva. I'm done being a cheap ass. I paid for it. Oh, yep, they announced. Okay. All right, we're gonna just go down the line here. A, B, and Y. Again, yep, alphabetical order, as I thought. 0.1058, A, B, and Y, 55% yield. AIYY, 0.0353, 0.0353. That is a 71% yield. AMDY, 0.2321. That is a, holy crap, 119% yield for AMDY. AMZY, 0.2006. That is a 72% yield. I mean, damn, they paid much more than we thought. Apply, 0.1313. Again, I guess I'm lowballing on some of these. Yeah, I'm lowballing, man. I got to step it up. Apply, 13 cents, 49% yield. Babo, 0.2557. That is a, oh, their formula's not working, so never mind. But the announcement says 81% yield. Damn. All right, Berkshire, 0.152. 0.152. Kind of in line with the last payment, so really good payment right there, 17% yield. Coney, 0.1345. That, oh, damn. Coney, yeah, man, I am a low baller. Sorry, guys. I guess I gotta, 106% yield. Damn. All right, let's keep going. Circle, circle. dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey. We got a dollar. We got a dollar. Oh, 0.779. So Circo stepped. Oh my goodness. Circo 120% yield. All right, crash into me. I come into. All right, so Sivney, how you doing? Let's see, Sivney, 0.7259, 0.7259. All right, what do we got here? 101% yield for Siv. Oh, 100% club is blowing up here. All right, dips. Let's go. Dips, 0.0468, 0.0468. That's a 46% yield. Disso, 0.0889, 0.0889. Let's see how you doing. 36% yield. Not bad, not bad. Dr. Dre said 0.3332. All right, there you go. Dr. Dre, 52% yield. Phoebe, 0.1567, 0.1567. How you doing? That is a 52% yield. And then we got Fiat, 0.0361, 0.0361. That is a 78% yield. Moving along. Up next, we got our little gold fund. We love gold, right? Give me that gold bar. Give me 0.1408. Let's see what that yields. That's a 47% yield for GDXY. GameStop time, 0.5345. Diamond hands, baby. 60% yield right there. Gooey, 0.1383, 0.1383. What's that paying? That's paying about a 50% yield for Gooey. HIYY, 0.7502, 0.7502. What is that looking like? Oh, damn, another 100%er, 101% yield. Very nice. All right, here we go. We got Huey here. Oh boy, man, I suck. This 1.3433. There's your answer. You know, they paying a little extra. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. 1.3433. That is a 100% yield. JPMO, where the hell is it? 131. That is a 41% yield. Boring. I know. All right, Marrow. Where's Marrow? 0.3376. What's that paying? 103% yield right there. Wow. Well, at least I got that one right. All right, Murney, 0.0315. Is that a raise? That's a raise. 3 cents, baby. That's an increase, a penny increase. 101% yield from Murney. Oh, my goodness. This is insane, the amount of 100%ers. MSFO, 0.1159. I'm running out of energy here. 33% yield. Misty's up, 0.1924. Let's see what that comes to. 0.1924. That comes to about of course, it's not working. But the website, the email shows 85% yield there. Let's move on to Nefli. Are we almost done? Good Lord. Nefli is 0.1204. That is a 42% yield. NVIDIA, 0.1824. That is a 56% yield. OARC is 0.14. That is an 80% yield. Okay, I suck on Platey too, guys. I guess I'm done lowballing. Don't let me lowball anymore. Platey 100% yield. Are you kidding me? $1.24. I mean, oh, we're finally to the end. What's up, PP? 0.1388. Let's see, 66% yield. Roblox, your favorite video game, 0.50. I mean, they should be doing good as a company. I pay them all the time. Robux. 54% yield. RDYY, $1. Another freaking dollar. Again, I am a low baller. I'm a cheap ass here. YieldMax is not. Holy crap, RDYY, 124% yield. Oh, my goodness. SMCY, 0.2586. 0.2586. Looks like it's Christmas over here. That's an 89% yield for SimC. SNOY, 0.3123. 0.3123. Oh, my goodness. Good God, 101% yield for SNOY. TSLY 0.1128, 0.1128, kind of in line with what's expected, 68% yield. TSMY 0.1572, 0.1572. That is a 48% yield. Winter WNTR 0.5967, 0.5967. That is a 100% yield. And then we got Zomo 0.0839, 0.0839. That is a 37% yield. XYZY 0.1508, 0.1508. That is an 85% yield. YBIT 0.1354, 0.1354. That is a 76% yield. And then YQs 0.0456. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's enough. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. What do you guys think? Real quick. Any comments? Any concerns? Now that I'm looking at the chat, you know, that was a lot of talking and typing. But yeah, man. Misty's. Oh, you mean for the month? Misty still paid $1 this month. Yeah. Pretty good stuff. Look at that. Nikki being nice. You're being conservative, not lowballing. I'd rather be surprised than disappointed. That's true. Stimsy fourth set. What is that? What are you talking about? All right. No, thank you, Parabolic, for being here. Thank you, ETF Inspector. Go check out ETF Inspector's coverage later. I'm sure he's going to get this video out when he gets a break in his life. Not many breaks we get, right? Gotta do the videos when we can. Sounds good. Definitely good to see after last week. Yeah, I feel like it's much more, man, much more than last week. But yeah, I'll do a post on X of the 100%ers. I got to see how many there are. There's a lot. There's a lot, man. House money, anything jump out? Let's see. Again, if I do it by, I'm going to now sort it by launch date. Sort it by launch date, A to Z. And then you could see, okay, house money. Who's the next 100%er? XYZY is at 97%, so they're definitely the next one. Platy's at 112, Misty's at 215, Coney's at 158, Nvidia's at 177, Tesla's at 90%, Netflix's at 90%. Nice. AMDY 89%. Really good. But again, I'll talk about house money. You know, I'll just do like a quick video, just me talking real quick. I'm gonna give my opinion on it, just so people know. All right, what else we got? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? All right, I think that's it. So, as always, guys and gals, this is not financial advice. This little scrub right here, me, not a financial advisor. But in this video is for fun and entertainment. So I hope you had fun. I hope you're entertained. If not, come back tomorrow and you'll be entertained, I hope. When is the next Roddy? Perfect timing. Tomorrow, I'll update you tomorrow. But yeah, I'll do Roddy and my options trading tomorrow. That's going to be a separate video going forward. I'm not going to cover my options trades on any other video except the Roddy video. So it's going to be Roddy and YieldMax coverage. Not Yield, oh my God. Roddy and options coverage. I'll have to make a new thumbnail for that. I'm going to make an awesome thumbnail because now I pay for Canva, son. Yeah. $100 and something a year. Yeah. What a bargain. Let's see. All right. You were entertained. Yeah. Hit the like button. If you guys enjoy this content, there's a thumbs up on YouTube. If you hit it, YouTube thinks you guys love me. So hit the button. If you're on X, you can hit the heart. And then, of course, you can tell your friends. All right. What else we got? Anything else? Keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video, and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. I didn't really do many wrestling impressions, so I'll let you guys name a wrestler. I'll do an impression before we head out, then we'll do the keyword. Think of a wrestler and think of a keyword, and then we'll close it out there. I gotta get my ass moving. Oh, Nikki was entertained, gets her going. That's good. Get going. Gotta get pumped for work, right? Again, Macho Man? Oh, man. You guys are killing me. Great Kabuki. Who the hell is that? So, all right. I got 2 Macho Mans, 1 Hacksaw, 1 Rock. I mean, I can't do Macho Man again, can I? What do we got? Val Venus. Stone Cold. I got to go with majority, so let me, I'll give you guys a second. Stone Cold, Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan. What we got? So the only one we got 2 on so far was Macho Man. And now we got Snap Into a Slim Jim. But so that's 3 Macho Mans, 2 Iron Sheiks. But what else we got? Ric Flair. I did Ric Flair earlier, but Jabroni for keyword. Yep, that's me. I guess I'm gonna do Macho Man again. All right. Let's see. How can we have Macho Man? All right. So let's do something fun here. Do this. Value condition. Let's do greater than 100%. Well, that didn't work. The filter by condition greater than 100%. There you go. All right. So these are obviously the 100%ers. So since you asked for the Macho Man, you're going to get it. Did you see the YieldMax distribution announcement? 100% club, brother. Oh, yeah, circa 120%. RDYY 124, yeah. Who else we got here? AMDY 119%. Oh, yeah, Snap Into a Slim Jim. Oh, my God. Sorry, that was a screwed up Macho Man, but that's all I got for today. Now that I got no voice, but we see who's in the 100% club. All right, and we're done. But what's the keyword now that I lost my voice? If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't even know what, but yeah. But yeah, I'll do the Iron Sheik next time. We'll have to get more Iron Sheiks. Hulk Hogan, you jabroni. Actually not. I don't even do it that good. But anyway, keyword time. Let's do the keyword. I think someone said jabroni. We should probably make it jabroni or no voice. What do we got? Come on. Hurry up. We got to get moving here. Keyword, your boss. Ooh. That's the keyword. Come on, we can't go out like that. Dollar, yeah. How about 100% club? I'll make my own damn keyword. My show anyway, right? If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to type in the keyword. The keyword is the 100% club. There's a lot of them. All right, we can count them. In fact, right? How many? Look at this freaking screen. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 100% club. All right. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to type in the 100% club. So let me know how many in the 100% club you own, because there's a lot of them now. Whew. All right, I'm done. I'm done doing the Macho Man, brother. Yeah. All right, we'll figure out what to do next time. I'll have to up my game on the wrestling impersonations. Yeah, I'll have to watch some Iron Sheik videos and some Stone Cold. I could do the Rock and Stone Cold, I guess, but you know, I need some work. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you all for watching live. Thank you all for watching after the fact. And thank you for dealing with my wrestling impressions. But have a good day, and we will talk tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.